There is a small temple at the edge of a bamboo grove. The hour is late. The sky has settled into that deep stillness that belongs only to the quietest part of night. A single lantern hangs near the entrance, its flame so small it barely moves. The light touches the wooden steps, the worn threshold, the edge of a clay pot filled with rainwater. Everything here has been touched by time. Everything here rests. Inside the temple, the floor is smooth from years of footsteps. A cushion sits near the window, and outside that window, bamboo sways in a breath of wind so gentle it makes almost no sound. Just a whisper, just the softest movement against the dark. There is no hurry here. There is no waiting. The temple simply exists, and the bamboo simply grows, and the lantern simply burns, and all of it happens without effort. Somewhere beyond the grove, a stream moves over smooth rocks. The sound reaches the temple like a distant voice, like something remembered from a long time ago. It does not ask to be heard. It only continues, the way streams have always continued, through nights like this one, through seasons, through years. The cushion near the window has a small indentation where someone has sat many times before. Perhaps they sat here tonight. Perhaps they will sit here tomorrow. It does not matter. The cushion is simply here, the way a path is here, the way a bed is here. Outside, the bamboo moves again. One stalk brushes against another with a sound like paper touching paper. Then stillness. Then another breath of wind, and the sound comes again. This is the rhythm of the grove at night. This is the tempo of things that have no need to rush. The lantern flame bends slightly, then straightens. A small moth circles near the light but does not touch it. The moth knows something about fire that does not need to be explained. It circles once more, then drifts away into the darkness, becoming part of the night again. Inside the temple, the air smells of cedar and old incense. The scent has lived in the wooden beams for so long that it has become part of the wood itself. When the air moves, the scent moves with it, gentle and familiar, like something that has always been here. The stream continues its quiet conversation with the stones. Some of those stones have been in the same place for longer than anyone can remember. The water moves around them, over them, finding its way without struggle. This is how water rests even while it moves. This is how stillness can exist within motion. A monk once lived in this temple. He tended the lantern and swept the steps and sat on the cushion by the window. He listened to the bamboo and the stream and the wind. He did not try to understand these things. He only listened, the way one listens to rain on a roof, without needing anything from the sound. The monk is not here tonight, or perhaps he is. It does not matter. The temple remains. The lantern remains. The cushion keeps its small indentation, and the bamboo keeps its gentle swaying, and the night keeps its depth and its quiet. Breathing happens here without thought. The air enters and leaves, like the tide of a very small sea. There is no instruction in this breathing. There is only the movement, natural and unhurried, continuing on its own. The clay pot near the entrance holds rainwater from a storm that passed 3 days ago. The water is still now, perfectly still, reflecting a small piece of sky. During the day, clouds might pass across that reflection, but now, at this hour, there is only darkness in the water, and the darkness is peaceful. Beyond the bamboo grove, the land slopes gently down toward a valley. In that valley, there might be a village with houses where people sleep. There might be a road that leads to other roads. But from here, from this temple, none of that can be seen. There is only the grove and the stream and the night. The lantern has been burning for many hours. Its oil will last until morning. Someone filled it before dusk, trimmed the wick, hung it in its place by the entrance. These small tasks have been repeated so many times, they have become like breathing, like the stream, like the wind through bamboo. The floor of the temple creaks slightly as the wood settles. Old buildings speak in this way, in small sounds that mean nothing and everything. The creak fades into silence, and the silence is not empty. It is full of rest. Near the cushion, a small wooden bowl holds a few grains of rice. An offering, perhaps, or simply something left behind. The rice is dry now, pale in the dim light. It will be swept away tomorrow or the day after. For now, it rests in its bowl, and the bowl rests on the floor, and the floor rests on the earth beneath. The bamboo grove extends in all directions around the temple. During the day, light filters through the stalks and leaves, creating patterns on the ground. But now there is only the soft darkness, and the shapes of the bamboo are suggestions rather than certainties. They stand like tall thoughts, patient and quiet. The stream's voice rises and falls in no particular pattern. Sometimes it seems louder, sometimes softer. This is not because the stream changes, but because attention drifts, the way clouds drift, the way sleep drifts closer and then settles. The moth has returned to circle the lantern once more. Its wings make no sound that human ears can hear. It moves through the air the way a leaf moves through water, carried by something larger than itself. Then it turns away again, back into the darkness, back into the night where it belongs. Inside the temple, the shadows have their own geography. There is a darker corner where the light does not reach. There is a softer shadow near the window where the outside darkness meets the inside darkness. These shadows do not move. They simply rest, the way everything here rests. The cushion by the window has faded from years of sunlight that no longer touches it at this hour. Its original color might have been deep blue or forest green. Now it is something softer, something that has made peace with change. It asks nothing of the night. It offers nothing but its presence. Somewhere in the bamboo, a small creature moves through the fallen leaves. The sound is so quiet it might be imagined. Then it stops, and the silence returns. And the silence is not disturbed by what has passed through it. This is how the grove holds all things, letting them come and go without holding on. The breath continues, slow and easy. In and out. The body knows how to do this without being told. The lungs fill and empty, like the tide of that small sea, like the rhythm of something ancient and natural. The lantern flame has burned down slightly. The light is a little dimmer now. a little softer. The shadows have grown just enough to be noticed, then not noticed, then simply accepted as part of what is. This is how the night deepens, not suddenly, but in small measures that feel like standing still. The wooden beams of the temple were cut from trees that grew on a hillside far from here. They were carried by hands that are no longer remembered, shaped by tools that have long since rusted. But the wood remembers nothing of this. The wood only holds the roof above the floor, the way it was made to do, the way it has done for many years. Outside, the bamboo makes its paper sound again, one stalk against another. Then quiet. Then the sound again. This could continue all night, and it probably will, and there is no need to count the sounds or wait for them. They happen the way stars happen, without asking permission. The stream speaks in its low voice to the stones. The stones do not answer, but they do not need to. The conversation is complete in itself, like the conversation between the lantern and the darkness, like the conversation between rest and the one who rests. The monk who lived here sat by the window many nights. He listened to the bamboo and the stream and the quiet. He did not write anything down. He did not teach anyone. He simply sat, and the bamboo simply grew, and that was enough. The air in the temple is cool now. The warmth of the day has faded, and the coolness of the night has taken its place. This coolness touches the skin like water, like cloth, like something gentle and familiar. It does not ask to be noticed. It only surrounds and holds. The clay pot by the entrance catches a small reflection of the lantern light. The water inside trembles slightly, then stills, then trembles again. Perhaps a breeze touched it. Perhaps the earth shifted. Perhaps nothing happened at all, and the water simply moved because water moves, because stillness is not the same as frozen, because rest can include the smallest motion. The cushion rests. The floor rests. The temple rests. Here there is only what is. The cushion exists. The floor exists. The temple exists. And existence itself is enough. Beyond the grove, the sky holds its darkness without complaint. There may be stars up there, hidden by clouds or revealed in clear patches. It does not matter. The sky does its work of being sky, and the earth does its work of being earth. And between them the bamboo grows, and the stream flows, and the lantern burns. The breath moves on its own now, in and out. There is no counting. There is no measuring. There is only the movement, natural and quiet, like something that has always happened and will always happen. The moth does not return this time. Perhaps it has found rest somewhere in the darkness. Perhaps it continues its circling in some other part of the night. The lantern does not miss it. The flame does not notice its absence. Things come and go, and the light continues to burn. The wooden bowl with its few grains of rice sits unchanged. Tomorrow, someone may notice it. Tonight, it is simply part of the room, part of the stillness, part of the quiet accumulation of objects that make a place feel lived in, feel real, feel like somewhere rest can happen. The stream's voice has become like silence. It is there, but it does not interrupt. It has become part of the background, like the darkness, like the cool air, like the smell of cedar and old incense. These things weave together into something that does not have a name, only a feeling. The bamboo grove holds its shape against the sky. From inside the temple, through the window, a few stalks can be seen as darker lines against the dark. They do not move now. The wind has paused or slowed so much that its movement cannot be perceived. This pause is part of the rhythm too. The lantern continues to burn. The floor continues to rest. The night continues to deepen. And somewhere in all of this, there is no longer a clear line between listening and not listening, between waking and sleeping, between being here and being nowhere at all. The cushion by the window has held many moments like this one, moments when the night grew very quiet, when the bamboo stopped its whispering, when even the stream seemed to pause. These moments pass, but they leave something behind, like footprints in soft earth, like ripples in still water. The temple has no clock. Time here is measured in lantern oil and daylight, in seasons and the slow growth of bamboo. Tonight, time moves the way honey moves, thick and golden and unhurried. There is no need to track it. There is no need to know what hour it is. The breath continues, soft and slow. The body breathes itself, the way the stream flows itself, the way the lantern burns itself. These things happen without will, without effort, without the need for anyone to make them happen. The monk who lived here did not leave many things behind. A cushion, a bowl, a pot for rainwater, a lantern. These simple things were enough for him, and they are enough for the night, and they are enough for rest. The shadows in the corners have not moved. They keep their places the way old friends keep their silences, comfortable and undemanding. The darkness does not press against the light. The light does not push back the darkness. They exist together, the way they have always existed, sharing the space without conflict. Outside, the bamboo stands in the stillness. It stands because standing is what it does. When the wind comes, it will sway. When the wind stops, it will still. This is the whole of its life, and its life is complete. The stream has found its level for the night. The water moves at exactly the speed it needs to move, over exactly the stones it needs to pass. There is no extra effort, no wasted motion. This is what the stream has learned from moving for so many years. Or perhaps it never needed to learn it. Perhaps it always knew. The air in the temple carries the faintest trace of moisture from the bamboo grove. This moisture settles on the wooden surfaces, on the clay pot, on the still water inside. It settles so gently that nothing seems to change. But change is happening, slowly, the way change always happens. The cushion's indentation holds its shape, the shape of rest, the shape of sitting, the shape of someone who was here once and may be here again. But the cushion does not remember in the way people remember. It only holds its shape, the way a riverbed holds the shape of water that has passed through. The lantern flame is smaller now, not going out, just quieter, more intimate. The circle of light has drawn closer to itself, and the darkness has grown around it. And this is natural. This is part of the night's progression. This is how things move toward rest. Breathing happens. The stream speaks. The bamboo stands. And in the spaces between these things, there is something that might be called peace, or might be called nothing at all, or might be called sleep, approaching like fog, like dusk, like the softest footstep on an old wooden floor. The temple does not need anyone to be in it. It exists whether observed or not, whether remembered or forgotten. This is the gift of simple places, of small buildings at the edge of groves, of lanterns burning through the night. They continue without needing continuation. The rice grains in the wooden bowl have not moved. They will not move until someone moves them. They rest in their small hollow of wood, pale and dry, being exactly what they are. The window of the temple is open to the night. No glass, no screen, just an opening where inside meets outside, where the air of the room mingles with the air of the grove. Through this opening, the darkness comes in like water, like breath, like something that belongs here. The bamboo grove is very quiet now. The stream is very soft. The lantern is very still. And all of these things rest together in the darkness, the way sleep rests with the sleeper, the way the deepest dark rests with the smallest light. The floor has absorbed the coolness of the night. If someone were to lie down on it, they would feel that coolness against their back, against their shoulders, seeping slowly through cloth and skin. This coolness is not uncomfortable. It is part of the temple, part of the hour, part of what it means to be here now. The cushion offers its softness to the room. Even empty, it gives. This is the nature of some things, to give without being asked, to offer without expecting return. The cushion does not know it is doing this. It simply is what it is, and what it is happens to be soft, happens to be available, happens to be enough. The clay pot by the entrance holds its water without effort. There is no tension in this arrangement, no struggle, no resistance. The water rests in the clay, and the clay rests on the stone, and all of it rests together. The breath comes and goes, in and out. The body knows, the lungs know, and knowing is not something that happens in the mind. It is something that happens deeper, in the place where breath begins, in the place where rest lives, in the place that has no name because names are not needed there. The monk's footsteps wore a path in the floor over many years. The path leads from the entrance to the cushion, from the cushion to a small alcove, from the alcove back to the entrance. This path is visible in certain lights, invisible in others. Tonight it rests beneath the darkness, remembered by the wood, forgotten by the air. The lantern has burned through much of its oil now. The flame continues, smaller, softer, more private. It gives what it can for as long as it can. This is what flames do. This is their gift and their limitation. And both are accepted here, in this temple, at this hour. The bamboo outside has not moved for some time. The wind has gone elsewhere, to other groves, to other nights. Without the wind, the bamboo simply stands, holding its height, casting its shadows, being nothing more and nothing less than bamboo. The stream continues. It has never stopped. Even in this silence, even in this stillness, The water moves over stones, finding its way, making it small music for whoever might listen, for no one at all. The temple absorbs this sound, the way it absorbs the darkness, the way it absorbs the coolness, the way it absorbs everything the night brings. It does not resist. It does not cling. It simply receives, and in receiving, it rests. The cushion's fabric has a texture that cannot be seen in this light. Woven threads, perhaps cotton, perhaps something else. The texture does not matter now. What matters is the softness, the willingness to accept weight, the quiet patience of something made to be sat upon. The shadows have reached their deepest point. They will not grow darker than this. In the corners, in the alcove, beneath the window, they hold their positions like sleeping animals, like stones at the bottom of a stream, like things that have found their place and have no desire to move. The breath has its own rhythm now, separate from thought, separate from intention. It moves the way the stream moves, the way the flame flickers, the way the night deepens. It is part of the world, not apart from it. The monk who lived here may have understood this, or may not have. Understanding is not required. The breath comes anyway. The night comes anyway. Rest comes anyway, whether we understand it or not, whether we seek it or not. The lantern will burn until morning. The temple will stand until it falls. The bamboo will grow until it stops growing. And between now and then, there is only this moment, only this breath, only this darkness, and this small light, and this quiet that is not empty. The wooden bowl remains where it was placed. The rice grains remain in the bowl. The offering, if it was an offering, continues to be made. There is no ceremony in this. There is only the bowl, the rice, the floor, the room, the night. The window lets in what it lets in. Darkness, coolness, the faint scent of bamboo, the distant sound of water. These things enter without asking, settle without demanding, become part of the room without losing themselves. The cushion continues to hold its indentation, the shape of absence, the shape of presence, the shape of sitting. These are all the same shape, seen from different angles, felt at different moments, known by different parts of the self. The string's voice has become very quiet now, or the ears have become very still, or both. It does not matter which. What matters is that the sound continues somewhere, and that somewhere is connected to here, and here is enough. The temple breathes with the night. The walls expand slightly in the coolness, contract slightly in the warmth, so slowly that no eye could see it. But it happens. The temple lives its slow wooden life, and that life is a kind of breathing, and that breathing is a kind of rest. The lantern flame has found its steadiness. It neither grows nor shrinks now. It simply burns at the rate it will burn, giving light at the level it will give, asking nothing of the darkness it cannot move. Somewhere beyond the grove, there might be morning coming. There might be light preparing itself, gathering at the edge of the world. But from here, there is only night, only the deep quiet of the hour, only the temple and its contents and its silence. The bamboo stands in that silence. The stream flows through that silence. The lantern burns within that silence. And the silence is not broken by any of these things. It is held by them, shaped by them, given form by them the way water is given form by its vessel. The cushion rests by the window. The floor rests beneath it. The walls rest around it. And in the space they create, rest finds its way, like water finding the lowest ground, like sleep settling in. The monk's path in the floor holds no footsteps now. It is only a pattern in the wood, a record of motion made still, a story that has stopped being told. But the telling was enough. The walking was enough. The being here was enough. The clay pot by the entrance keeps its water safe through the night. The water does not know it is being kept safe. The pot does not know it is keeping. There is only the water, the clay, the night, and the slow evaporation that will happen whether anyone notices or not. The breath continues without notice now, in and out. The rhythm of it has become part of the room, part of the darkness, part of being here and being nothing else. The lantern flame bends slightly towards something, then straightens. Some invisible current in the air, some breath of the night passing through. Then stillness again. Then the flame holds its shape, holds its light, holds its small burning life. The window opens to the grove. The grove opens to the sky. The sky opens to something larger, something that cannot be seen, something that does not need to be seen. This opening continues outward, layer after layer, world after world, until opening itself becomes a kind of rest. The temple is very quiet now. The bamboo is very quiet now. The stream is very quiet now. And in this quiet, there is no longer any need to name things, to notice things, to hold things in the mind. There is only the quiet itself, vast and gentle and complete. The cushion is soft. The floor is cool. The air is still. And somewhere in this softness and coolness and stillness, there is nothing left to do, nothing left to think, nothing left to be, except what is already being, what has always been being, what will continue to be long after this night has passed. The lantern burns. The darkness holds. The breath moves. And in this temple at the edge of the bamboo grove, in this hour that belongs to rest, everything settles, everything quiets. Everything finds its way to the place where sleep begins and waking ends, and neither matters because both are part of the same deep, gentle, endless night. The stream continues its quiet flow. The bamboo stands in the darkness. The lantern gives its soft light. And the night goes on. And the night goes on. The temple settles deeper into its foundation. Wood resting on stone, stone resting on earth, earth resting on something deeper still, layer beneath layer, all the way down, all of it holding, all of it held. The cushion by the window has become part of the darkness now. Its shape is there, but only if you know where to look, only if you remember where it was. And remembering is not required. Nothing is required here, in this hour, in this quiet. The clay pot by the entrance still holds its water. The water has grown cooler through the night, matching the temperature of the air, matching the temperature of the stone floor beneath it. Everything here is finding its balance, settling into its rest. The bamboo grove extends into the darkness without end. There may be edges to it, boundaries where the bamboo stops and something else begins. But from here, there is only the grove, stretching outward, holding its silence, keeping its watch. The stream has become very soft now. Perhaps it has slowed. Perhaps the ears have grown quieter. Perhaps there is no difference between these things. The water continues to move over its stones, making its small sounds, offering its small music to whoever might hear. The lantern flame is a single point of warmth in the cool night. It does not try to warm the room. It does not try to push back the darkness. It simply burns, giving what it gives, being what it is, without effort and without rest from its burning. The monk's path in the floor leads nowhere now. It is a circle, or nearly a circle. The worn wood, the soft indentation of footsteps repeated over years. The path rests now, the same as everything else. The window frame holds the darkness like a picture holds a scene. The scene is simple: night, bamboo. Somewhere, a stream. Somewhere, stars hidden by clouds or revealed between them. This picture does not change, or changes so slowly that change cannot be seen. The breath comes and goes like the tide of a small sea. The lungs fill and empty. The chest rises and falls. All of this happens without thought, without intention, without any need for awareness. The body knows what the body knows. The wooden bowl with its rice grains sits in its shadow. The grains are small. The bowl is small. The offering, if it is an offering, is small. And smallness is not a lack. Smallness is its own kind of enough. The temple walls hold their silence without strain. They have held silence for many years, through storms and seasons, through visitors and emptiness. This silence is their purpose, or one of their purposes. Or perhaps purpose is not the right word. The bamboo stands without thinking about standing. This is what bamboo does. This is all it has ever done. To grow upward, to sway in wind, to stand still in stillness. There is no philosophy in bamboo. There is only bamboo. The stream knows nothing about the temple. The temple knows nothing about the stream. And yet they exist together, in the same night, in the same quiet, resting in the same darkness. The lantern has burned through most of its oil now. The flame is very small, very gentle, very close to being just light without heat. It will burn until it cannot burn. This is not sad. This is only what flames do. The cushion continues to offer its softness to the room. Whether anyone sits on it or not, the softness is there. This is the gift of cushions. To be ready, to be willing, to be soft without asking why. The darkness has reached its fullest depth. The hour before dawn, when night is most completely night, when rest is most completely rest. Everything that can settle has settled. Everything that can quiet has quieted. The floor holds the weight of the temple. The temple holds the weight of the roof. The roof rests beneath the sky, all of it resting together, layer upon layer. The bamboo grove is silent. No wind. No creatures moving through the fallen leaves. Only the stalks standing in the darkness. Only the leaves hanging motionless. Only the grove being a grove without needing to be anything more. The stream continues. The lantern burns. The breath moves. And in this temple, in this grove, in this night, there is nothing left to say, nothing left to describe, nothing left to notice. There is only the being here, the resting here, the gentle, endless presence of things as they are. And the night goes on. The wooden beams overhead have carried the roof for many years. They will carry it for many more, or they will not. And either way, the carrying continues for now. This is what the beams do. This is their work and their rest combined. The window opens to what it is always open to. The night. The grove. The air that moves between inside and outside, bringing its coolness, carrying its faint scents of bamboo and earth and water. The cushion by the window keeps its indentation. The shape has not changed. Nothing in this room has changed since the night began, or everything has changed so slowly that change cannot be perceived. Both are true. Neither matters. The clay pot holds its water through these last dark hours. The water does not anticipate dawn. The pot does not prepare for morning. They exist in this moment only, in this darkness only, in this quiet only. The monk who lived here may have watched many nights like this one, may have sat by the window and seen the bamboo standing in the dark, may have listened to the stream and the silence and the soft sound of his own breathing, or may not have. The temple does not remember. The lantern flame bends one more time, then straightens. Some final breath of night air moving through the room, some last shift in the currents that move through all spaces, then stillness. Then the flame holds its shape, tiny and warm and present. The breath continues on its own, in and out, without effort, without thought. The body knows how to breathe itself. The lungs know how to fill and empty. This knowing is older than words, older than temples, older than bamboo groves and streams and lanterns burning in the night. The floor of the temple has grown cold now. The coolness has seeped up from the earth, through the stone, into the wood. This coldness is not uncomfortable. It is part of the night. It is part of rest. The shadows in the corners have not moved for hours. They keep their places with perfect patience, neither waiting nor not waiting, neither present nor absent, simply being what shadows are in the hours before dawn. The bamboo outside stands as it has stood all night, tall and silent and unchanged. When the wind comes again, it will sway. When the sun rises, it will cast new shadows. But now there is only this standing, this silence, this perfect stillness of things that need nothing. The stream speaks so quietly now that it might be imagined. The water over stones, the small continuous voice that has continued all through the night, all through many nights, all through years and seasons without counting. The temple receives this sound the way it receives the darkness, the way it receives the coolness, the way it receives everything that comes to it, without judgment, without preference, without any need to understand. The cushion is soft, the floor is cool, the air is still. And in this temple at the edge of the grove, in this hour before morning comes, everything rests in the way things rest when there is nothing more to do, nowhere more to go, nothing more to become. The lantern flame is very small now, a single point of light in the darkness. It does not compete with the night. It does not try to overcome anything. It simply burns, giving what little it has to give, being present in the way that small lights are present. The wooden bowl holds its rice grains without knowing what rice is, what grains are, what holding means. The bowl only exists. The rice only exists. And existence is enough. Existence has always been enough. The monk's path in the floor is barely visible now, just a softness in the wood where feet have passed. The path rests in the darkness, quiet and still. The window frame holds the same darkness it has held all night. The darkness does not tire of being held. The frame does not tire of holding. This is the agreement they have made, the temple and the night, the inside and the outside, the light and the dark. The breath moves gently. The lungs fill and empty. The body rests. Everything here rests, in its own way, in its own time. The bamboo grove exists whether anyone sees it or not. The stalks stand in the darkness. The leaves hang motionless. The grove continues, night after night, season after season. The stream will flow until it stops flowing. When that will be, no one knows. Perhaps never. Perhaps tomorrow. The stream does not concern itself with such questions. The stream only flows, over stones, through darkness, into wherever streams go. The temple will stand until it falls. The falling is not something to fear. All temples fall eventually. All buildings, all things that rise from the earth return to it. This is not sad. This is only what things do. The lantern will burn until it goes out. And then there will be darkness, complete darkness. The darkness that was here before the lantern was lit. The darkness that will be here after. This darkness is not emptiness. It is fullness without light. The cushion remains soft in its corner. Someone will sit on it again, or no one will. The cushion only offers its softness to whatever comes, to whatever is. The night is very quiet now. The grove is very still now. The stream is very soft now. And in this quiet and this stillness and this softness, there is nothing left but rest. Nothing left but the gentle presence of things being what they are, doing what they do, existing without effort in the last dark hour before dawn. And the night goes on. The breath comes and goes. The lantern burns. The bamboo stands. And in this temple, at the edge of the grove, where the stream makes its quiet music and the darkness holds its depth, everything is as it has been, as it will be, as it is. And the night goes on. The floor holds. The walls shelter. The roof covers. And the night goes on, and the night goes on. The clay pot keeps its water cool and still. The water reflects nothing now, only darkness meeting darkness, only the quiet depths where light does not reach. This reflection is complete. This stillness is complete. The monk who lived here found something in nights like this, or lost something, or neither. He sat by the window, and the night sat with him, and they were not different from each other, not separate, not two things, but one thing with two names. The lantern flame flickers once more, so small now, so gentle, barely a flame at all, more like the memory of a flame, more like the idea of light without the light itself. And this is enough. This has always been enough. The bamboo grove holds its silence like a bowl holds water. The silence is not empty. The silence is full of everything that does not make sound, full of standing and being, and the patient presence of things that need nothing from the world. The stream continues its quiet conversation with itself. Water, speaking to water over stones that have been listening for longer than memory. This conversation has no beginning and no end. It simply continues, the way rest continues, the way night continues. The temple receives it all, the darkness and the light, the sound and the silence, the stillness and the almost imperceptible movement of things settling into their rest. The breath moves in and out. The lungs fill and empty. The chest rises and falls so gently now, so slowly, like the tide of a very small sea, like the breathing of something almost asleep, like the rhythm of rest finding its deepest level. The cushion by the window is soft. The floor beneath the cushion is cool. The air around the floor is still. And in this softness and coolness and stillness, there is nothing more to do, nothing more to think, nothing more to be except what is already being, what has always been being, what will continue without effort or end. The lantern gives its last soft light. The darkness holds its endless depth. The night goes on, and the night goes on. And somewhere in this temple, in this grove, in this hour that belongs to rest alone, everything settles, everything quiets, everything finds its way home. The wooden beams remember nothing of the trees they came from. The trees remembered nothing of the seeds they grew from, and the seeds remembered nothing of the trees that made them. This is how things work here. This is how rest works. Each moment complete in itself, needing nothing from before, promising nothing to after. The cushion holds its shape through the darkness. The fabric does not know it is fabric. The stuffing does not know it is stuffing. They simply are what they are, soft and waiting, present without needing to be present. The clay pot by the entrance has stood in the same place for many seasons. Rain has fallen into it. Sun has warmed it. Hands have lifted it and set it down. None of this has changed what it is. A pot, holding water, resting on the threshold. The bamboo grove extends outward into the darkness. Each stalk stands near other stalks, not touching, not separate. They grow from the same earth, drink from the same rain, bend in the same winds. And yet each one stands alone. the way all things stand alone, together. The string's voice has become part of the silence. It is there if you listen for it. It is gone if you don't. This is how certain sounds work in the deep of night. They become part of the not sound, part of the background, part of the gentle, undifferentiated wholeness of rest. The lantern flame is very small now. It will not burn much longer. An hour, perhaps. Perhaps less. The oil has nearly gone. The wick has nearly burned. And when it stops, the darkness will close in gently, like water filling a hollow, like sleep filling the space behind closed eyes. The floor creaks once, softly, the wood settling, the temple breathing its slow wooden breath. Then quiet again, the quiet that has been here all along, underneath the small sounds, underneath the listening, underneath everything. The monk understood something about this floor, that it held him when he sat, that it held him when he walked, that it asked nothing in return for this holding. This understanding was not a thought. It was something deeper, something felt in the body, something known without knowing. The window shows the same darkness it has shown all night. The bamboo is there. The grove is there. The sky is there. All of it held in the simple frame of wood. All of it offered to whoever might look. All of it asking nothing in return. The breath continues. In and out. Soft and slow. The body breathes itself through the night, through the darkness, through the deep, quiet hours that have no name. The cushion rests, the pot holds, the grove stands, and the night continues toward morning, toward the light that will come, toward the day that will follow. But that is later. That is not yet. Now there is only this darkness, this stillness, this perfect quiet of things at rest. The lantern flame bends once more in some invisible current of air, then straightens, then holds. It has done this many times tonight. It will do it a few more times. Then it will stop, and the stopping will be gentle, the way all stopping is gentle when there is no resistance. The wooden bowl sits unchanged in its corner. The rice grains sit unchanged in the bowl. Time has passed. Nothing has moved. This is the paradox of still things in still places. Time moves through them without moving them. They exist in time without being part of it. The temple holds its space. Inside these walls, the air is different from the air outside. Not warmer or cooler necessarily, just different, held, contained, given shape by the walls that contain it, given form by the roof that covers it. The bamboo grove holds its space too, the space between stalks, the space beneath leaves, the space where sound does not go, where darkness pools, where rest accumulates like water in the lowest ground. The stream knows nothing of spaces or holding. The stream only flows, over stones, around bends, through the darkness that does not slow it, into the silence that does not quiet it. The stream continues because streams continue. This is all there is to say. The breath comes and goes. The lantern burns. The night continues. And in this temple at the edge of the bamboo grove, in this hour that belongs to rest alone, there is nothing more to do than be here, nothing more to think, nothing more to feel than the gentle presence of this moment, complete and whole. The floor is cool beneath the darkness. The cushion is soft in its corner. The air is still against the skin, and the night goes on, and the night goes on. The monk's path in the floor has been walked by many feet, or by few, or by none at all. It does not matter. The path is there. The wearing is there. The evidence of presence, of movement, of being here once and then going. All paths hold this evidence. All floors remember these steps. The window opens to the grove, and the grove opens to the night, and the night opens to something larger than night, something that holds all nights, all groves, all temples, all small lanterns burning their small lights until the oil runs out. The breath moves on its own. The lungs fill and empty. The heart beats without counting. All of this continues without will, without effort, without the need for anyone to make it continue. The body knows its work. The body does its work. And the work is rest. The cushion by the window has grown older through the years. Its fabric has faded. Its stuffing has compressed. It is not the cushion it once was, and yet it is the same cushion it has always been. This is the mystery of things that change without changing, that remain without remaining. The clay pot holds its water. The water is still. The stillness reflects darkness, and the darkness rests over everything, the way it always has, gently and completely. The bamboo stands. The stream flows. The lantern burns its last. And in this temple at the edge of the grove, in this night that has grown very quiet, very still, very soft, there is nothing left but rest, nothing left but the gentle, endless presence of being here, being now, being. The floor holds, the walls shelter, the roof covers, and somewhere in the darkness, somewhere in the stillness, somewhere in the quiet that has no bottom and no top, rest deepens, rest settles, rest becomes the only thing there is. The breath continues, soft and slow, in and out. The night is here, and everything rests, and everything is still, and the night goes on. The wooden beams above have held this roof through many nights like this one, through rain and wind and the weight of snow, through the slow passage of seasons that do not hurry. The beams do not think about what they hold. They simply hold. This is their gift to the room below. The cushion by the window has not moved. The indentation remains. The softness remains. Whatever was here before is still here. Whatever will come has not yet come. There is only this moment, this stillness, this quiet presence of a cushion in a corner. The clay pot by the entrance catches no reflection now. The water inside is too still, the darkness too complete, and yet the water is there. The pot is there. The threshold is there. All of it continues without needing to be seen. The bamboo grove stands in the darkness, the way it has stood all night. The stalks do not grow tired of standing. The leaves do not grow tired of hanging. This is what bamboo does. This is all it has ever done. There is a kind of rest in this constancy, a kind of peace in this simple being what it is. The stream's voice comes from far away now, or seems to. Perhaps the ears have grown very quiet. Perhaps the mind has grown very still. The water continues over its stones, but the sound is distant, gentle, part of the background of the night. The lantern flame is almost gone. A small flicker, a gentle wavering. Then stillness. The flame holds. The light holds. Everything holds in this moment before the light goes out, before the darkness becomes complete, before the temple joins the night entirely. The breath moves in and out, soft and slow, without effort. The body breathes itself toward morning, toward the light that will come, toward the day that waits beyond this night. But that is later. That is not here. Here there is only darkness, only stillness, only the gentle, endless presence of rest. The floor is cool. The walls are quiet. The roof holds its place against the sky. And in this temple at the edge of the bamboo grove, where a monk once sat and listened to the stream, where a lantern burned through many nights, where a cushion kept its shape through many years, rest is the only thing that matters. The wooden bowl holds its rice grains. The clay pot holds its water. The darkness rests over everything else. And rest is enough. Rest has always been enough. There is nothing more to do, nothing more to think, nothing more to feel than the gentle presence of this moment, complete and whole. The bamboo outside does not know the hour. The stream does not count the minutes. The darkness does not measure itself. These things exist outside of time, or inside a different time, a slower time, the time that belongs to rest and stillness and the deep quiet of the night. The breath continues. The night continues. Everything continues. And in this continuation, there is rest. Everything goes on. Everything rests. Everything is still. The lantern flame flickers once more. Then again. Then holds. The light is very small now, very soft, barely there at all. And yet it is there. And yet it burns. And yet it gives what it can give until it cannot give any more. The cushion rests. The pot holds. The grove stands. The stream flows. And everything rests together in the gentle darkness, in the soft stillness, in the perfect quiet. The breath moves, in and out, soft and slow. And somewhere in this temple, in this grove, in this night that has grown very quiet, very still, very soft, there is nothing left but rest. The floor holds, the walls shelter, the roof covers, and the night goes on, and the night goes on, and everything rests, and everything is still, and the night goes on.